I hope this franchise wins a Super Bowl, not only for people like me, but especially people like you. And with that, we got to get the fight song in here. Help us out, baby. 10-7, Lions, let's go!
Forward down the field, the Lions team I will not yield. And when the blue and silver wave, stand and cheer the brave.
Rah, rah, rah.
Go hard, win the game. With honor we will keep our fight. Down the field and gain a Lion victory. Go Lions!
Yeah.
Who loves you, baby? Woo! Godspeed.
Woodward.
That motherfucker loves the Lions, man. I hope that was 30 seconds. So I can say the F word. Actually, I didn't monetize the stream. Super last minute. What up, though, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the safe place for Detroit Lions fan. I'm your boy Easy, and we will soon be joined by my man Luke G, my man Morgan Cannon from the Detroit Lions. Bro, I always fuck up this name. One Pride, SB Nation. I think that's what it's called. Let me see if I fix this camera. Your boy looking dusty as fuck. God damn, it says it don't get any better than that. Oh, shit. Eventful day in Detroit Lions Twitter. Hey, I appreciate that, Chrome. I appreciate that. Looney, what up, though? Hey, look, this, honest to God, is like kind of like super last minute, so there's no like super specific topics that I wanted to touch on other than, I'm about to get my man Luke in here. We're going to talk some draft. We got to. I know there's a lot of people out there hyped for Aiden Hutchinson. I don't know that I feel the same. I'm going to keep it a buck, man. I really don't know that I feel the same. I watched, and this is due to Luke, and you guys know, Luke and I go back and forth all the time. We rarely agree on things. But he got your boy. He got your boy. I'm also about that. Oh, speaking of the devil. Hey, shoot me a thumbs up whenever you're ready to go. I'll pop you in the stream, Morgan. But oh shit, we got some comments already. Spencer Raxer, wide receiver 1. Spencer, I actually meant to send you a link to join. Hold on 1 second. I sent you the wrong. Why am I even texting you? Or reading my text out loud? How about I just send you the correct one? Email this to your computer or something, Spencer. But without further ado, let me do one of these joints. What up, though?
Yo, what's going on, man?
What up, man?
Oh man, chilling.
Hey, feel free to partake. I saw your text.
Oh, okay,
I don't know if I
cool.
was able to respond in time.
Cool. Yeah, I was building a fire. I was gonna watch the Red Wings game, but it's not on right now, so I don't know what I was gonna watch for real.
Was it? I thought it was 2-1 last time I checked.
Yeah, I think they were losing. Were they winning? Or were they winning? Were they losing?
They were losing.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
doing in Nashville.
they don't have it on Bally Sports for whatever. I think because like some college basketball's on or something like that. I don't know, but so
How about this? Fuck Bally Sports for just being fucking a pain in the ass.
trust me,
to
man.
every cable. Bro.
I've gone back and forth like so many times, and I have Xfinity because I want to watch the Pistons and the Red Wings. You know what I mean? So it's just, and the Tigers for real.
Yeah.
So,
Did you
but
get
we-
time at the Pistons game last night?
Yeah, it was fun. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, it was fun to be gave up the league like it was fucking prom night.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I saw some alarming things last night with the Pistons. In my
On
opinion.
defense?
No, just like caring. Like it seemed like some dudes.
Ooh, don't say that.
I'm typically not one of those. Like it's not any of the core. It's not like Cade or Killian or Sadiq. I'm not gonna name names, but I think there might be some shaking of the tree before the trade deadline if this doesn't. Because Troy knows it's a rebuild, but also he's not trying to be embarrassed either. You know what I mean? Like they're supposed to improve.
No,
So far, we
1,000%.
haven't
Man.
really seen that.
We got a lot of people in the building tonight, man. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. I think some of them are coming over from my man Luke. My man, I don't know if you know Luke G or not. He's a little crazy.
Yeah, I think I seen he has Luke Cage as his pitcher.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, he's actually got me on Actually, let me, because I've seen a couple of these comments, so I might as well ask you real quick. Let me find one
Yeah,
real
fire
quick.
away,
I've
bro.
seen a couple of them. Hold on. What the fuck is it? Here we go. Josh Reynolds, wide receiver 1. Yes or no?
Of the future or of right now?
I think they mean right now. Definitely got to
Oh,
mean right now, right?
I mean, if you look at the snaps and targets, I would say Amon-Ra is probably wide receiver 1 right now. That man barely came out of the game last week. I mean, Josh Reynolds could be a piece moving into like. I kind of look at it as if Josh Reynolds is like a depth piece for you, like he's like your 3rd or 4th outside receiver, then you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, he looked straight Sunday. Bro, honestly, guy, it's crazy. Everybody, not everybody, but I couldn't believe I was watching that offense this Sunday.
See, like I can because there was some things like before you start talking Lions, is it time for Dwayne Casey? I don't think so. Fly on the wall. I mean, it's the same case as the Lions. You know what I mean? Like their roster, the Pistons roster is objectively not good. They're so young. Like I think people kind of gotta remember those years the Suns were really bad. Like they drafted Booker, they won like 18 games, and the next year they won like 20 games, and then like they're bad.
That's a good ass point. I'm not ready to wait that long because
I know I don't want to
I'm
either,
so
but
anxious for it now.
I know, man. That's what I'm. It could take a little bit. I mean, hopefully they get a little lotto luck again this year and they get another dude, but we'll see, And they'll have money to spend too. Like that's the thing. Like
Yeah, that's true.
similar to the Lions too, the Pistons were kind of couldn't really spend money because they're paying Blake $35 million to not be on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, can't really do a whole lot there. But now I don't want to fire Casey yet. I mean, what do you think, Easy?
We're still
bad.
like rebuilding.
That's what I'm
Everything you
saying.
said is true. I'm saying it's subjective. I mean, like he has been like disappointing at times, but I've never had like a overwhelming urge to like see him fired just because I know we're booty right now. I don't think we're gonna bring anyone here and we're gonna win.
Oh, man, I mean, I look at it like the core is still getting better. Like Sadiq, I think he'll eventually snap out of this slump. He shot it okay last night. I mean, you could say Josh Reynolds is one. It's just Josh Reynolds. For Josh Reynolds or Amon-Ra, like I said, let me look at the snap counts. I can tell you guys in a second here. So snap counts this week, Amon-Ra played 69 offensive snaps, 96% of the offensive workload. Josh Reynolds played 60 snaps, 83% of the workload. So Amon-Ra only came out for one play on offense.
You texted me an interesting article from your boy Eric, I believe it was.
Oh yeah, the gap breakdown.
Sir.
Yeah.
But if my math is correct, and not math, but maybe memory on the math, was it like 65 million we might have next year?
I believe so. I can pull that back up too because I got my other screen going on here. Hold on.
I think because obviously with the 40 million, but then in Eric's article, it sounds like the NFL's cap space is moving up by 25 in general.
Yep, it's going up because remember it went down for that little bit there because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another reason why the Lions roster is as bad as it is. Like the Lions have a ton of dead money. I think the Lions have the second most dead money in the NFL besides the Eagles, and they also.
Really?
Yeah, the Eagles have a little bit I think like $1 million more. I mean, we're both over 60, so it's like splitting hairs. It's a ton.
I was gonna say I was definitely thinking that we had the most, but yeah, if it's that close, I mean, I'm not surprised at all, to be honest with you.
So this is from Eric Schlitt at Pride of Detroit. I'm sure if you're on this feed, you probably know who Eric is.
That's the website I fucked up earlier, y'all.
Yep, Pride of Detroit. So the number is far from solidified, he's saying. So, like, for example, if you cut edge like Trey Flowers, he has a cap hit of $23.3 million next year. So if you opt to move on from Flowers, you could gain nearly $10 million in cap space. So, I mean, you could have like over $50 million if you move on from guys like Trey Flowers, which is probably going to happen, to be honest, because it's just, the bill isn't really fitting the production anymore. Yeah. That was a Patricia and Quinn contract. But yeah, I mean, it's a good amount of money. It's not going to be the most. Like, I don't think they're going to be able to break the bank for anybody, but you know, you could go like I told you the other night. I think my receiver target is someone like Michael Gallup. You know, maybe.
Yeah.
Like I don't think the Lions are going to be in the Devontae Adams market. You know what I mean? Like that's going to be a little bit too rich for their blood. But you know, there's going to be some people out there.
I feel you. Oh, snap. So I sent this because it's a little last minute. So I sent this league out to a couple of people. I see a fellow veteran. By the way, if you guys don't know, my man Morgan is a vet. And
Oh yeah.
Avery Giovanni in the building, another fellow veteran. What up, though, man? Welcome back home.
What's up, man? What's up?
Hey, would you do me a favor? Turn your phone sideways real quick.
Okay. Oh.
Or you might have it on portrait mode or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I got you.
There we go. See, Avery, I knew you weren't 40. Figure it out.
You thought I was 40 or something?
The way you were working that phone there for a minute, I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah. How y'all doing, man?
Good, man. This is Morgan from. Okay, I'm gonna fuck up the website again, Morgan.
You good, man? Pride of Detroit.
Pride of Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've read stuff. I've read that stuff.
Yep. So, Pride of Detroit. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, man.
Are you Lions fan? Most like, are you Lions and Pistons? Everything like?
Oh, he's everything.
Yeah.
Detroit.
Yep.
I was trying to produce my man Easy. This dude is amazing, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yep.
Come on, bro.
I'm in the service. I'm in the Army, and now I'm working at Lance and working at JFHQ now. So we're moving on up.
Is this your first stream since coming back home?
You said what?
Is this your first stream since coming back home?
No, I'd say my first stream was like a week ago. Just maybe. No, this is my first stream. Yeah, my first stream for real.
Let's go.
First video, no, but first stream, hell yeah.
Okay.
I know you was happy they won.
Hell yeah, I was happy, man.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
So
happy. I don't want to judge anyone on how they celebrate it, but you know.
Hey, I ain't like that. I ain't gonna do that to you. I said they won. Now what? You know. Now what? We'll go on now.
It was the perfect scenario because it didn't hurt the draft position. It like at all. Like the Lions still like have that pretty firmly in hand. Like unless some crazy shit happens, which I don't anticipate.
I think they can 3 next.
You know, I think they're gonna finish 115-1 if I'm keeping it a buck. I do. I don't really see another win, unless something like if the Lions go to Denver and the Broncos just absolutely shit the bed. Like that's not something I can predict. But like you know what I'm saying though. Like every other team left on the schedule is significantly better than them right now.
I would low-key be so conflicted in that situation too.
Like a chance with the Falcons for sure.
The Falcons though have been in games though, and I feel like they still got like the Lions, in my opinion, and this is why I'm like I can't really render judgment on Campbell or anybody. The Lions roster is far and away the worst in the NFL, like by a significant margin. Like, like when I'm writing up this rookie review, I'm writing like about 12 dudes. Like the Lions are playing like 6 UDFA rookies, like crazy. Like it's just and because it's part of its caps constraints, you know. Mm-hmm. Part of it's being a really young team, but
I feel like too because I look at the offensive or the defensive rankings and like I actually haven't looked in a while. I just remember from Thanksgiving and we were like 30th or 31st, and I was kind of surprised because like we've been holding teams like pretty low, but that shit I'm sure they consider the yards, you know, saying passing and rushing as well, but like point total wise, I feel like we got to be up there, like close around the top 15.
Yeah, I mean, like point total wise, they've been good lately, but then it's just, I mean, like it's one of those things. Like you look at the statistics, like Amani Oruwariye is having a good season if you look at his interception total, but my man really isn't having like the best season. Like
exactly.
Like if like Okudah was back right now, right? Like if someone could magically heal Jeff Okudah's Achilles, and it were up to me, like who Jeff Okudah plays for. Jerry Jacobs or Amani Oruwariye. Amani Oruwariye is coming out of the starting lineup. Jerry Jacobs is moving. I'm being like that. Jerry Jacobs has been that good in my opinion. I'm so high on Jerry Jacobs. Like that's my dude.
He's been pretty fucking good.
And he's a UDFA rookie, man. Like went to a JUCO. Like my man had the whole Last Chance U character arc.
And real talk too, like I feel like I mean obviously it's going to be a second year next year, but like as time comes on, like that's the type of vet you're gonna want in your locker room too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
and that's
someone who like you said has the storyline to it. Like, yo, you can make this shit happen. There's no excuses for you if there's
Yeah,
no
right.
Jeff Okuda to enter that room.
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Those guys are really finding some diamonds in the rough. You know, Barnes. And I think all their rookies have contributed. I like how Melifonwu played. He didn't give up no big plays. They didn't really challenge him enough in last week's game. They didn't put him on Van Jefferson. They didn't really put him in spots. But he can keep up with anybody, I think. And I think his length and size is really going to be a benefit down the line. But like you said, don't mess up this win, all right? You got a clear-cut, homegrown product right behind you. Do not mess this up. You cannot. I don't know. See, Pittsburgh in like 1979, 1981, they had this homegrown product quarterback, and they didn't draft him. His name was Dan Marino.
I knew that was coming. Yep.
And so, you know, you got a homegrown product. Do not mess this up. He's high motor guy. You need a outside linebacker. You need a guy who can play in space. You need a guy who could dominate the line of scrimmage, get pressure. It's a perfect fit. He plays the 3-4, can play the 4-3. You mess up this draft position, I'm never gonna figure this team. I'm never gonna.
So he can, yeah, you're right though, Avery. He can play one tech. He can play all the way out to the edge. Here's what I think though. The Lions are in good shape because even if they somehow win a couple of games and pick second, they still are going to get your guy, Aiden Hutchinson, because I still think NFL teams are going to value Kayvon above Hutchinson at the end of the day. We'll see. I told Easy this though. I think Kayvon's about to test like a freak and people are going to compare him to Parsons and on and so forth.
He's probably gonna tell. We got to look at the tape. Like a good team.
Oh no, I mean I agree with you. I'm a more tape guy than I am a combine guy. But
that defense, him in zone is terrible. Him falling down and playing 23 snaps and getting 3 sacks against the Pac Sun Tech. Nah, I'm good.
I know. I hear you. I told Easy you can go either way. Like I think they're different players, to be honest. Like I think they're going to play different positions at the end of the day. But you can't go wrong. So I'm high on Hutchinson too. And
Deion Jordan, another person that came out of Oregon. I did a video on that.
Deion Jordan.
Jordan. I remember too because that's when we had Ziggy.
Yeah, he busted out. Yeah, that was the Ziggy year. That was that whole draft class was tough though, man. Good God, that was if you like go through that entire. It's actually astounding. I think all of damn near the entire first round, minus like 2 dudes, were like quote unquote busts. Like it did not work out. Like Ziggy was considered a success in that draft class.
Yeah.
That draft class was horrible.
Right.
With a capital H.
Solid years though. I mean,
Ziggy did exactly. Like he didn't. The longevity wasn't there, but my man did have some productive ass years. Oh, and then But going back to Melifonwu, I want Melifonwu moving forward because I'm so sick of Will Harris in the nickel. I would love to see Melifonwu get some rep at nickel, like if they're comfortable with it. You know what I mean? Because I'm sick of Will Harris.
And that's why I was getting ready to compliment the Melifonwu and even Owaria because like you don't hear the names as often as when you ever would hear Will Harris. And when you hear Will Harris' name, bro, you're fucking heated. You're like, dog, like what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Yeah. Every time, bro.
I like Will Harris. I'm sure Will Harris is a good dude, but like it's just not working, man. They tried him at strong safety. They tried him at free safety, like patrolling the back half. They tried him at nickel by the line of scrimmage. He can't tackle. He takes bad angles. It's just not there.
A big thing for me right now with Will Harris is Nick Cross look way better than you. The safety class is way better than you.
Yep.
My man from Alabama, way better than you.
Yep.
So, you know, I know the Lions care about that being tough stuff and they care about that let's tackle, but these safeties in the draft are rangy. These safeties can play make, and these safeties got more than 3 picks. So, you know, I think these top 3 safeties, Hamilton, my man from Alabama, I think he picked off the Georgia quarterback. He already had a pick in a playoff game pretty much in a big moment. And Nick Cross out of Maryland, it's a wrap. You got 3 quality safeties right there that you can pick at 26 or 33. You cannot mess this up. This is actually a good thing that we've been sucking this much. You can't mess this up.
I think you can go, you can go a bunch of different ways there. You can go linebacker around that spot. You can go receiver. You can go safety. I think the Lions need 2 safeties on top of re-signing Tracy Walker because Dean Marlowe isn't it either. Seems like a good guy. My fiance went to JMU. Shout out JMU. But yeah, I'm not. Will Harris and Dean Marlowe need to go ahead and be replaced.
And let's say you want like the 4th round, a dude who's underperformed but is a great athlete is McDuffie. Trent McDuffie out of Washington is a phenomenal athlete, got a tremendous upside. He didn't have a good showing this year, but last year he was amazing. You could probably get him in the 4th or 5th round.
Daxton Hill. I'm not even a Michigan guy. You got to take Daxton Hill. If he'd be immediately the second best Lions safety behind Tracy.
Could have drafted Morag last year. Do not make the same mistake, please.
What were you going to say, Easy?
I want to confess a dirty little sin to you guys.
Yeah.
Kyle Hamilton, I think Avery might already know. That's what I want out of this draft, like more than anyone. After watching his tape,
first overall.
I think so, bro.
Overall?
Like, yeah, just because, like, I swear to God, like, I have my questions marked about Thibodeau. I mean, like, if we could trade back, obviously that'd be ideal. Like, that'd be the ideal.
No one's going to trade back. You can you can set that idea on fire. There's no quarterback.
All right.
There's no quarterback. I know. People brought that up to me. I'm like, but for who though? Like, you're not going to trade up for one of the edge rushers. Like, they're good, but you'll sit tight and you'll get another one. Like, you know what I mean?
Even if it's like even if we get another second, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like, I know I sound crazy saying this, but I was looking and I was with Crazy Luke watching this too, the film on Hutchinson, and it's specifically the Ohio State film. So I will admit that I haven't watched like all of it, but Hutchinson really, like, he was a job will put fucking Stroud in his lap on one of those sacks. Other than that, if you watch the offensive tackle's technique, he's crossing his legs, like trying to like defend. And maybe that's I guess aid to Hutchinson in the argument, like, hey, he made him cross his legs and do like shit, out of technique. But like, it's just when I watch Kyle Hamilton on top of that though, like, this dude is a playmaker. He's 6'4". He can make plays in the backfield. Like, his instinct, like, it's crazy. The speed. There's this play I was trying to get it uploaded just a little bit ago while you guys are talking, where I think it's against Florida State. And he comes all the way from the opposite hash mark of the field to the very end of the sideline to make an interception, keeps both feet in, and it's the second interception of the game. Like, the shit this kid does it's insane, man. Kyle Hamilton.
What's funny for me, and I'm gonna let you talk prior to Troy. My bad.
No, you good, man.
What's funny? The athleticism is there, the ability is there, all the upside is there. But history hasn't shown itself to be well when you draft a safety top 5, top 10. History has really shown, especially with Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams has always been next level, and he's never got to the next level.
See, but even that, though, so that's what I say. Like, yeah, I agree with you. Like that, I can't argue that. But I can't think of a prospect that's also been equivalent to what this kid is right now. Like, with the size, the speed, the instinct. Like, there really isn't a pro comparison. Like, yeah, Jamal Adams you could bring up, like, he's 6'4". Jamal Adams is like what, barely 6'1".
Jamal Adams is a glorified linebacker. And he's good at it. Don't get me wrong, but he blitzes the quarterback well. But I don't really try to get caught up in like, oh, you don't do this in the first top 3, you don't do that, because it's all context. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes the best player plays this position, and that's where you're picking. Like, when teams and like fans do this all the time, they're like, you have to take this in the top 3. I'm like, that's how you reach. Like, we need a quarterback. Like, the Lions need a quarterback, right? Taking Corral at 1 would be a hell of a stretch. Any of these quarterbacks at 1 would be a hell of a stretch. And the Lions' greatest need is definitely a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, so you got to take it all into context. Like,
yeah, he's talented, but he's like
not one overall talent. You know what I mean? Like, he's not. I wouldn't take him over Thibodeau. I wouldn't take him over Hutchinson. I wouldn't take him over the safety either, Kyle Hamilton. Hutchinson's tape really jumped off to me against Ohio State, man, because both of those tackles are going to play in the NFL, and he made them look bad. Routinely.
I've been saying Hutchinson. I always think it was me and dude Mobby. I'm not going to give him too much credit, but
you guys been thinking?
Yeah, because that same week I was talking to my boy like, this is the guy. He's involved in every play, and at the time he played some he played some Kangaroo College team, I'm like, this dude could really be a first round pick. And then I seen him play some more and more. I think I had to tweet like the 10th of October. I put it out there for real in the world, like the tweet, like this dude is the Lions need to pick this dude. And, you know, I didn't know it was gonna be one. You know, obviously he's rushed on. He has what 14, 15 sacks now, and even in a bad game like the Ohio State game, where he is off technique, where he isn't being impressive, still got that high motor, and I think that's that's black people word for like.
He's a white guy. He gets after it. Yeah, I know. It's a Chris Long thing, man. I laugh at that every time.
Really?
That's hilarious. Yeah, because I mean it's a stereotype. Hutchinson's athletic, but yeah, like it's.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like so, and someone smarter than me. I think this is Chris Burke and Nick Baumgardner, the Athletic. They both said, like, think about when Hutchinson meets Dan Campbell. Like, they're going to be best friends.
Oh yeah,
Think
it's a
about
wrap.
that.
They meet.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
Dan Campbell's
saying. So
falling
like,
over.
I'm kind of coming to terms with like, and people are going to be pissed off. But everyone's always mad at the draft, so it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, you can't make everybody happy.
Remember that crazy stuff? Sewell is not a good pick. We should have got
Dog. And now Sewell's the second best tackle per PFF, like since week 6 in all of football, behind Trent Williams, which is
all the football.
that's.
I
nuts,
just looked
man.
today too. 16 spots. By the way, fuck PFF. But if we're going off their, you know, what I'm saying, off the grades, like 16 spots ahead of Slater right now too.
And we, you know, it's not apples to oranges, but yeah, I mean, Sewell has a higher ceiling. It's the same talk we had the other night, Easy, about like Thibodeau versus Hutchinson. Like I think Hutchinson will probably be your like better candidate to like right away be rookie of the year. He has a more complete pass rush set. He's a more technical pass rusher. But Thibodeau's ceiling, like you have no idea. We don't know what he could be. You know what I mean? This man might run like a 4.5 at 260. Hamilton is probably the best player in the draft. I wouldn't argue that either. Tactile Puma wouldn't argue that at all.
So am I crazy? Because
one overall though, do you take a safety one overall? Like you'd have to be blown away because you're gonna have a lot of people. You're gonna have a lot of people say you don't take a safety one overall. You take edge rushers, you take tackles, you take quarterbacks, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm happy that these comments. I'm sorry for getting to the comments late, but I'm happy to like be reading these because like. I felt fucking crazy. Just the same way your question, like, yo, do you take a safety number one overall? Like, it sounds fucking nuts, but like this kid, and I pulled up Aiden Hutchinson's Ohio State stuff because I do want to show you guys what I seen, just because and hopefully everyone else here too, because like,
how I try and pose it in my head is like, let's say Hutchinson, like I've heard like smart football people call Hutchinson the third Watt brother, right, or the fourth, excuse me. That's me to the fullback, but one of the edge rushers. And so if you got like a hybrid JJ Watt, one of the comments just said, Kyle Hamilton's the best safety since Sean Taylor, RIP. That's like, I love Sean Taylor. So it's like, you look at that, like either of those players would be worthy of taking one overall. It's just a matter of who, you know what I mean? Like if they fulfill their potential, obviously, but that's how I try to think of it.
No, I mean, you're not wrong. I'm looking, so I gotta slow this down, otherwise they'll kick me off YouTube if I play it like full speed.
Oh, okay.
So
and that's my thing too. Like we don't know what Thibodeau could be. So like Thibodeau could be like some sort of like Micah Parsons.
That's
hybrid,
where you had
know what I mean?
The day that you compared him to Micah Parsons, he was going dumb on
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I was like, oh damn, shit.
Thibodeau's crazy. Oregon only uses him to do certain things because it's Oregon. You know, they're playing like Avery said, they're playing Washington State and stuff like that. No disrespect to Washington State.
Yeah.
Go Cougars.
Got 6 sacks in the Pac-12. That's another thing. Passing league that never. So what?
True.
Oh man, is that who? Was,
you said what?
You said he disappeared right there. You think he disappeared on that play?
Who's on that one? No.
Oh, okay.
Oh snap! Here, I got the guy who showed me this. By the way. My man Luke G.
Oh,
in the building.
He's not impressed. What's going on?
Avery, what's going on? Morgan, what it do, brother? Easy.
What's up, man?
It's easy, baby. What's going on, fellas?
What up, though, baby?
Listen,
shit, man, I'm confessing my sins right now about Kyle Hamilton, bro.
Hey,
listen.
Yeah.
It's about making a pick
that has a factor that can't show up on the stat sheet. And when you go through and you look at Kyle Hamilton's games, you're going to notice that certain games, teams are staying away from him. But the reality is this. For the last, I don't know, almost decade, I have been screaming we need a safety. And if you look at the defense, even this year, even when they get pressure, the quarterback has that 1 second to throw the ball because there is no one there in the secondary to scare him to hold it a little bit longer. And when you look at all the best defenses, I don't care who it is, I don't care how hard you try, you may have to go back to the 50s. Every single one of them has dogs at safety, at least one dog, somebody who can make you think twice before making that pass. And when you don't have that safety, you have problems. And so that's the reality that I see. I know some people are enamored with trying to get a 3-4 DN to come here. That's really a 4-3 DN in the NFL, but it's not going to work. Aiden Hutchinson is not the answer. Thibodeau is not the answer. I'm very anal about people who do not show effort every single down. And I'm hate to say it, but even in the Ohio State game, in most of them plays where he had success, he was going against one of the most trash tackles I've seen in my life. The guy had poor technique, feet was constantly getting crossed. And the reality is this. If you are sitting here right now with the first overall pick and you're asking yourself which one of these players you can draft, and Aiden Hutchinson or Thibodeau that's going to change your defense in its totality, you need to walk away and look at Kyle Hamilton and say to yourself, he can change your defense because the rest of them guys cannot. You're going to find guys who can down there, and even when you look at it, George Karlaftis is better than Aiden Hutchinson. He's better than Thibodeau because he's more all around and he has more pass rush moves than them both combined. That's just the reality of it.
The safeties in this draft are, you have 3 tremendous safeties. You have 3 really good safeties with Cross out of Maryland, Williams out of Alabama, and you have Hamilton. I think the strength is defense in this draft, at least from what I've seen. And I think that we can lose out on a generational safety and get a very good safety late in the first round. So I don't disagree with what you're saying. What I see him as a generational safety. I see him as a good safety. But I don't see the visibility of a safety making an impact to the point where it changes a culture. I don't see that.
Okay, well, let's go through the history.
I think the culture's changed though through coaching.
Right. Right. The people, and you also got to understand something. If you go through the history when it comes to the safeties, there have been people have said you don't do this, you don't do that, and the safety don't get taken. Guess what? I know they think it's an MSU thing, but it's a film thing. Every year we always want an MSU player, and we always want receivers. If it's two things that a Lion fan love more than themselves and the Lions, it's a receiver and a University of Michigan player, and it just doesn't work.
Blenny. Hey,
what's going on, Kurt?
Luke is anything but hit the Lions winning 8 games and go in the Super Bowl this year. Come on now.
Hey, I ain't having going to Super Bowl, but I had it to the eight wins. That was my final prediction was 8 wins. And to be honest with you, I wasn't that far off. Though we could have technically be at 8 wins. Technically, we had some games where things changed, but the reality is this. Safeties changed the way that it do. And as Joey 2 times point out, Darwin James did it. Mecca Fitzpatrick did it for the Steelers. Jamal Adams did it for the Jets and for the Seattle Seahawks. You go through down the list and you keep going. Sean Taylor did it for the football team. Ed Reed did it for the Ravens. Troy Polamalu did it for the Steelers. Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas did it for the Seahawks.
Late round picks.
They're late.
It was pick 10. And but the Steelers traded for Minka Fitzpatrick, and they would have had the 10th pick in the draft. What were we talking about?
But see, here's the reason. Here's the thing that you're not understanding, though. You're looking at where they're drafted. It doesn't matter where they're drafted. They have to be the right player. I'll give you a perfect example, right? Okay. Antonio Brown was taken in the 5th round. You can make an argument based on his career. He should have been picked well in the 1st. And if you can go through and look at some other talented players that went undrafted, like a John Randall.
Hold on, there's a mic drop in the chat real quick that I want to get to real quick, Avery. My
I'm
man
looking.
Bryant.
Let's
I didn't fact check this, but he says Sean Taylor was drafted 5th, Ed Reed 15. When Reed was taken 15th, should we have taken him 3rd instead of Joey Harrington?
That's, you know what I mean. That's just how. That's how. It's always hindsight's always 20/20. You know what I mean? Yeah.
This could be the first safety ever selected at number 1.
Okay, bro. I'm here for it though.
Oh, he
Oh,
will
Reed-
be. He
Reed
will
was
be the
24,
first
Reed was
safety.
24.
But I've shown a graph a number of times. I've shown a graph where I've literally said, if you watch the history of the NFL, it has always been developed around those who was never afraid to do something different. Originally, when the draft first started, the number 1 pick for the most part of a like 10 to 20 year range were running backs. And then at some point it went towards a few quarterbacks, and then at some point it went towards a few DNs, and then you started having a run of offensive tackles when you started getting up closer towards the 80s, and then the 90s it kind of went straight quarterback here on out. But guess what? The draft has consistently followed the same formula year in and year out, and more quarterbacks have failed coming into these trash teams unprepared, unmade, unready to do anything, and not succeeded. And then we over there looking at Mac Jones being able to have a field day, throwing the ball 3 times and getting the win. Why? Because the team is ready, a coach is in place, and it does not matter where you draft them. If you're drafting somebody right now, you need to understand 2 things. 2 things. 1, you need to make sure that the person you're drafting first overall has a strong, powerful impact on your team.
And what will a safety have? What impact will a safety have?
Well, let's talk about what impact it would have with the Lions indirectly. We got Will Harris, and every time I see Tracy Walker lock up somebody, they go at the Will Harris, and now we're trying to figure out how they getting this opening because we don't have the safety play. And when we do the 1 high safety, where we bring Will Harris up to play maybe the nickel or put him in the box, and we put like maybe Marlowe up in there, and we bring Tracy up top. Now, when they throw it over there, Tracy, who's a good safety, does not have the range to cover the whole field. I can show you film where this safety ran from the complete right side to the left to get the ball. And it's not the first time he's done that. And when you look at the impact of safeties, they have always been evident. Always going back to Rodney Lott, Brian Dawkins, John Lynch. They all have had impacts on games where you can just say, you know what? The reality is this probably should have been a better pick. Rodney Lott changed games. Benny Blades for the Detroit Lions in 91 changed games.
That was a different era though, man, because Benny Blades couldn't really play in today's game because he would get fined every week.
But what I'm saying is
he would get FedEx packages. They'd be like, "Hey, you can't be killing people."
But what I'm saying is the impact of a safety is bigger than what we think, and we keep overlooking it. We keep thinking that games are won and lost by, they're won and lost by the quarterback, and it's not. It's not.
I don't want a quarterback with the first pick in the draft.
Yeah, but if you're telling me I got to take a raw prospect in Thibodeau, who's probably going to take a year or 2 to get ready, like he's Ziggy Ansah, then now I'm telling you take the quarterback. If you're telling me we taking Aiden Hutchinson, a guy who doesn't have an array of pass rush moves, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news for you, but hey, he's not a complete prospect. He's had one good season. One good season.
He would have been a 1st-round pick last year, I think, according to like a lot of NFL people. He wouldn't have been top, like probably top 5 or top 10, but he would have been a 1st-round
no way
pick.
He'd have been a 1st-round pick last year. He played 2 games, was hurt. Nobody was trusting him.
I promise, man. I think it was Dane Brugler of the Athletic had that on his.
He was high. He had the bong lit up. The water was warm. It's no way. Listen, he got hurt. The year before that, he had 10 tackles for a loss and like 3.5 sacks. He didn't have enough production, and he didn't show anything in the intangible realm.
That was the COVID year, though. It didn't, you know what I mean? Like it didn't matter. Remember? Because Penei Sewell didn't play.
So you're telling me, check this out. Taylor Mays was a phenomenal athlete, great safety, blah, 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 blah. Worth a 2nd-round pick, didn't pan out in the NFL.
This kid's way cooler than Taylor Mays.
Pan out. And you're talking about the greats like Ed Reed and Benny Blades and things like that. Can I ask you, when's the last time a safety changed the game in this era? Like the last 5 to 6 years. Give me the last since 2013.
Buda Baker, Tyrann Mathieu.
Not changing the game. I would say Honey Badger maybe, but Honey Badger's always played kind of a hybrid role. Honey Badger, yeah. I would go back to it would be Sean Taylor and Palomalu. Those would be the last true safeties.
No, he said the last 5 years. Palomalu and Sean Taylor were already, out of
I know,
the league.
but there hasn't been anybody since those guys.
Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas.
He's outside of that 5-year window too.
Bam Bam. That is outside the 5-year window.
But Cam Chancellor was a box safety. Cam Chancellor, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't really gonna lock anybody down in coverage. That man was an intimidator.
Attack.
All right, let me put it this way. Every year, I can only go by my track record.
Okay.
Every year, I come out, I make a statement about certain players, and I get yelled at. I get told I'm batshit crazy and I'm nuts, and they pan out. I'm with you. I'm just saying. To me, if you're talking about taking a player first overall, he needs to be so special on the intangibles, not the stuff in the box score. I don't need him to reinvent the wheel. I need him to come in and change the outcomes. Derwin James did that.
When he's healthy. That man hasn't been healthy in a minute.
True.
Oh, I like Derwin James. So I wanted Derwin James to get to the Lions that year, and he didn't make it because the Lions needed a safety in a bad way, but he didn't make it to the Lions.
The Lions been needing a safety for years.
Yeah.
I like Tracy Walker though.
I do too.
If the Lions did add a safety,
I don't like Tracy.
Like a good one. I like Tracy, man. Tracy, I think it's like if you put a competent safety next to Tracy Walker, then in my opinion, you get to the point where you don't necessarily need two great corners, because you have two good. Like I think Tracy's really good, and I think Tracy is cleaning up so much on the back end because the Lions are playing Will Harris and Dean Marlowe, and like Jerry Jacobs is getting it together, but like he cleans up a lot of stuff back there, and if you take some things off of Tracy's plate and like have him do what he's really good at, which is like, get to the ball. He has good ball skills. He has super long arms. He can jump. I think he could blossom. I want them to re-sign Tracy.
And understand, we're only talking about taking a player based on what? What intangibles? Who would you take with the first overall pick? If it's you, Avery, who would you take?
Aidan Hutchinson.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you a question. Why are you taking a 4-3 DN?
No, I'm joking.
Fuck out of here with that.
I mean, why are you taking a 4-3 DN to play in a 3-4?
He doesn't just play.
He can do all. I think all of it.
Not even close. Go back to the film for me, Easy. I'll explain it to you, and I'll show you why.
He does
play one. He can play one tech all the way out. He can line up over the center and line up all the way out. I think so. Yeah, he can play the edge. He can set edges.
Morgan. When we done, I'm gonna need your supplier. Okay.
I do smoke some good stuff, but that's from legit football people, Luke G. Like that's from
where they work at?
The Athletic.
Yeah.
That's such a Luke answer.
I'm just saying.
Dane Brugler, man. Dane Brugler. Like
I'm literally telling you, he's a 4-3 DN. And if Easy bring the film back up, I'll show you exactly why.
All right, hold on, real quick before I go to the film. Avery trying to say something.
They drafted Levi Nzarike, and we have yet to see that grow into anything. He got 1 sack, but
it's not about sacks
here lately.
It's not about sacks. He's been hurt. That's one. And two, when he's in the game, you got to watch the intangibles. He garners a double team. He's blown up plays, and he's been stout at the line of scrimmage where he hasn't been moved off the ball. The same thing with Aleem McNeil. It's not about sacks. We as a fan base associate sacks to pass rush, but there are other things that go into it. Go and look at Ndamukong Suh numbers. He's not always getting sacks, but he affects the game in such a way that it don't make sense. Aaron Donald would never have another 22.5 sack season. And he did that with Ndamukong Suh. That's a factor you can't put in the box score. You go through and you look at Shaq Barrett. Shaq Barrett is on his way out the league. Suh gets on the team, and he gets a record.
Has there been a defensive tackle drafted as high as Suh was since Suh?
No.
Quite a few.
Second.
Derrick Brown.
Not second overall. Not
Yeah,
second
not second
overall,
overall.
Luke G. You tripping, man.
No,
That's
he
what
was
I'm
like
saying.
he was like third or
I
fourth.
think
Sue
that
is
Kyle
second overall,
Hamilton-
brother.
I know, but we're not talking about exactly like if he's
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking
He
about
said higher.
top 5, top 10, top 5, not even top 10.
That's what I thought you were saying, like top 5. I
A little
think
high
you meant
now.
like literally
Oh,
at
my bad.
2.
Now Derek Brown was 8.
No, yeah, that's what I meant. Because I'm saying, because like
Was he 8?
people are saying,
Yeah,
you don't
bro.
take a safety that high, you don't take a safety that high. Traditionally, you wouldn't take
Situation
a
dictates,
defensive tackle
bro.
that high. You know what I'm saying?
Situation dictates, man. Sue was in the Heisman running. People forget that. He was in was in the little. He was like he's going to be your Aiden Hutchinson. You know, he's not going to win the award, but he's there.
And to make me feel less crazy, I will say this too: like Hamilton is projected top 5.
No doubt. I'm not tripping about that. I think 1 overall is rich for a safety, and I think a lot of NFL people think that way. But I understand your point of view. Like I'm not disparaging your point of view. I'm just saying Luke's either. I'm just saying like this is what NFL people think.
Let's go through, and this for Avery. Avery.
Yeah.
In college, I know you're gonna say this ain't fair, but in college, who is better, Myles Garrett or Aiden Hutchinson?
Aiden Hutchinson's had a better season than Myles Garrett ever had at Texas A&M. Statistically.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with that argument. And this is the same thing I keep pointing out to everybody. It's one season. There's a body of work here. There's something that needs to happen in a body of work. Show me the body of work. If you look at Aiden Hutchinson's body of work, it's literally almost identical to Jacob Penashu from Michigan State. That's not good company.
Luke, we went over that the other night. It's not identical.
Luke, would you have taken Joe Burrow 1 overall?
Yes.
He only had 1 year of production.
Yeah, but you know the difference between him?
What?
Even in that one big year, even in that one big year of production that he had in other previous seasons that he's played in, you saw the talent there. You saw the talent when he was on the other teams, when he was out there playing for the other team. You saw the throws and the accuracy. He grew wearisome with some of the things that the coaches wanted to do and moved on. That's part of the process. However, you saw the talent. With Aiden Hutchinson, I saw one good year. And outside of that one good year, there's nothing else to talk about.
Hey, Luke, I just want to say you made up a whole new word with wearisome.
Hey, I do that all the time, bro. I do that all the time. I'm just saying that's the BS.
Luke, Aiden had 15 pressures against Ohio State, and both of those tackles are going to play in the NFL, man.
All right, so that's what I want to say. I don't know if this tackle was playing in the NFL.
Both of those tackles are going to play in the NFL. I promise.
Even if they play in the NFL, that does not mean they're going to be good. I can tell you right now, when you're crossing your legs on blocks and stuff, you wonder why you getting beat. Stop it. The technical parts of it is killing them. And all I'm pointing out to you gentlemen, is this: they're not lining themselves up to take a person who's special. There is nothing special about Aiden Hutchinson. It just isn't.
That's subjective, Luke. Though you're just taking your opinion and shouting, bro. That's just all subjective.
Avery, you're throwing up gang signs real quick. Avery, what are you about to say?
Hamilton. I mean, you can watch the tape. We can watch the tape. But Hamilton, as interesting as he is, I think they might just have a bowl game and that's it. And Aiden can actually prove he had the Big Ten championship. He had
those are like team accomplishments, though.
A game against Georgia, and potentially against Alabama, then a scouting combine, then a Senior Bowl. So can we like rein this in? He has 4 opportunities to prove himself and solidify himself in your eyes. Because I think if after Alabama, if he gets 2.5 sacks on Alabama,
right, or Georgia. Now we done talking. Easy. Pull up that DM I just sent you on Twitter real quick, bro.
Special.
I want you to show this to Luke. Show this to Luke real quick, because I just want Luke to see this. Like this is special. Get off, Luke. This is what I was kind of talking about, man.
Yeah, go ahead and show me your one play of him bull rushing.
It's not a bull rush. It's not.
Okay, let me see this special get off.
I'm gonna say right now.
I can't wait for the special get off.
That don't impress me at all.
Avery, can't be laughing like that. All right, that was creepy.
No, listen, it boils down to this. If I told you he's a 4-3 DN, he gets off faster with his hands in the dirt than he do from the 2-point. And if he's coming to Detroit,
this
a team that plays a 3-4.
I like all the points that everyone's making, honestly.
I'm just saying, if he comes to Detroit, a team that plays a 3-4 and his hand is not in the dirt, he's a waste of talent. And if you bring him here and put his hand in the dirt in the 3-4, I don't think you get any production like
He's
that.
plays
Luke,
on.
they stood up Romeo Aquara this year, man.
Okay, I understand. And
You know?
and guess what happened? Romeo Okoro regressed, and he put his hand back in the dirt, and he started getting pressure. That's
No,
fact.
he was that's not no.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry. I can't
Hold on, real
stand
quick,
for
Luke, because this is the picture that
Oh yeah, look at this, man.
this is
The
the picture
ball's
that
like
Morgan sent out.
still the ball's just moved. It's not out of the center's hand yet. Tackle's
Okay.
not out of his stance.
That is
Mhm.
hang it up.
And that man is like,
Mhm.
almost like a full step and a half into his.
I just really think there's a hot take. I don't really believe. You look at
I don't believe that you believe what you're saying, Luke.
the fact 15 sacks ain't 15
Come on,
sacks.
man.
Well,
that's a hell of a season, man. He's
hold
a
on,
Heisman.
hold on,
He's a
hold on.
Heisman finalist for a reason.
All right,
Like,
hold
you
on.
just-
just-
Let me put on the tape, because I'm not saying that like Aiden ain't shit. I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying that. And that's the
No,
problem.
you're good. You're good. I just want. Hey, I'm about to put on the tape, Luke. It's okay.
Yeah, because people keep thinking I'm saying that he ain't nothing. What I'm saying is you're talking about 15 and a half sacks and all the other stuff, but I can look at the body of work.
it's pressures too, man. He had 15 pressures against Ohio State, man. He had
and Chase Young.
That was a good play.
Are you not satisfied with that?
dude. He had a pressure on 1/3 of his defensive snaps. That's absurd. That's absurd.
Okay, that dude had a
That
bad.
was a good inside rush.
I'm gonna get a tackle the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, that's a bad play by the tackle.
It is a bad play by the tackle. A lot of them was a bad play by the
I
tackle.
want to see the
I
tackle.
think this.
Ooh, okay. The seal off.
Well, no, they're running power to the left, and he just came screaming. You
He needed-
follow that guy
That-
who's pulling. That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do is go straight down the line. I mean, there's nothing special there, but I get
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You just
Look
just
at
follow-
this. Is what I want
follow
you to
your
do.
guy.
Look at him in the 2-point stand and how fast he gets off. That's what I want you to look at. And then you're going to see him in the.
All right, he's standing here. I watched. Okay, that's a crazy get off, and he was standing.
Okay, go ahead.
All right,
Now he gonna cross his legs.
Oh, you
What
see the
tackle does that?
That's what I was
What
saying.
tackle does that? Look at this.
he recovered well. What are you talking about?
What
He did
recover?
recover well, but like, come on now, you know, crossing. Come on now,
Covered. I don't understand.
and he's a junior too.
Right. Okay. Keep going.
So this one's a guard. He's in the guard right now, right?
Nah.
He got that. Them is two. He got them two moves: bull rush, swim.
Usually because he's stronger than everybody else.
I know that's not gonna work in the NFL.
I mean, all
Trust me.
Kayvon does is run by people. That's why people are gonna-
Exactly.
Literally
Which
all
is why.
Kayvon
Which
does,
is
yeah.
why I'm not telling you to take him neither.
Well, okay.
George-
you also
George-
you can't
Watch.
knock Luke G. You can't knock people just because he's more athletic than everyone in his conference, man. You know what I'm
Who-
saying? Like
who-
if you
who
can
am
just
I-
run
who
by
am I
people, you
knocking
might as
that's
well
more
just-
They're making a
athletic?
call on defense.
Who am I knocking that's more athletic? I'm
Oh.
not knocking anybody. I'm just telling you that if I'm going to take a guy first overall, he better be the best at his position group alone. Aiden Hutchinson is not. George
Real quick.
Karlaftis is better.
I'm gonna get to some comments real quick. I'm gonna finish this film.
Who's George Carl? Who's he talking about? George
From Purdue. Number 5 from Purdue. Can play in the 3-4, can play outside, inside. Rush.
Super Saiyan Lion says looks
offsides
offsides to me.
Round pick.
That's a dope.
Don't prize he's affecting plays like Sue.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Um,
He doing what?
He is creating an
It-
advantage by being on the field.
They might be talking about Q Williams though, I don't know what that is. To be honest with you.
Oh,
Quentin
I was gonna
Williams.
say, if you put on Ndamukong Suh's best game against Texas, it's not even close.
I think he's talking about Quentin Williams
Um,
that was drafted a couple years ago by the
Oh,
Jets. Will Anderson Jr. had better. Oh, what did he say that?
nobody is slandering
Will Anderson
Hudson.
Jr.
He's
better
just
stats
not the
all
best
around.
DE in the
Because
league.
Hutchinson,
Anderson's not
Washington,
draft eligible, man. That's why he's that crazy. Anderson's only a sophomore.
We'll get.
Yeah.
He just
Anderson might be the first overall pick next year. You might take a linebacker first overall next year because of Will Anderson. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Brian Soch says a beat tackle is a tackle that does that. That's kind of fair, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
actually, real quick, Morgan, because I know you study like offensive line, like heavy. Like,
Yeah.
how do you feel about that statement and him crossing his legs? Because
I mean, it's a bad rep, man. But both, like I said, both of those Ohio State tackles are going to play on Sundays. Like they're both. I
This
want
one
we
says
just gonna toss technique to the wind, and we just want. That's why I'm listen. As far as I'm concerned, I pray I pray that they do exactly what the fans always want. The same fan base that wanted Mike Williams, that wanted Charles Rogers, that wanted all these receivers. I hope they do exactly what you want, because when they do what you want, it don't work.
I didn't want any of those receivers, Luke G.
Hey, Avery, what you got to say, bro?
We
I didn't want those receivers.
all were happy Sewell was selected. And then when Sewell was selected and the preseason, we came to his defense. The YouTube community came to his defense. I didn't see some people come to his defense that were, I would suspect, But I said he was gonna get better. He was gonna get better. You said that. A lot of us said he was gonna get better because preseason was so terrible.
Just turned 21, man. People forget these things. Like,
fans wanted Sewell. Real fans of this team did not want a quarterback. We did not want a wide receiver. Casual fans wanted a wide receiver in the sexy picks. Now, this is the first time I've seen in a long time, probably since Stafford, that the casual fans and the logical YouTubers and logical fans are all on the same page in getting this man. And you're telling me you're not on the same page. You're not impressed with 15 sacks. You're not.
No. What I'm telling you is I'm not impressed. I'm not saying that I'm not impressed with his 15 sacks. I'm telling you that he can have his 15 sacks. That's not my issue.
Right.
I don't look at sacks as a way of saying that that's how he's generating this. There's you look at the pressures and stuff like that. In college, I learned that numbers get inflated, heights get inflated, everything gets inflated. However, when I look at him,
Gotcha.
if you compare him to Chase Young, and you look at Chase Young's great season compared to him, they're not comparable. They're not even close. Chase Young looked like he had the intangibles. And keep in mind, I also said I didn't want Chase Young because I said he doesn't play hard every down. His coach goes and chew him out in the media and said that we didn't draft the guy to come here and just jog around, right? So I'm not doing this because I'm just want to do it. I'm not saying he's a bad player. People just don't understand what I mean when I say he's not worth a first overall pick.
Okay,
he is
worth like 20, like 15. Where we got to trade down to?
If I'm a team that's already ready to go with talent and I'm one player away, I'll take Aiden Hutchinson. But if I'm a team,
what? So
what has he done without talent around him?
Rams. Oh,
you can't hold that against him, though, man. You can't. Like, that's just.
Listen. I held it against Okudah, and it came true. I pay attention to what people do when you see, for example, right? If me and you both playing linebacker, and let's say the two linebackers behind us is Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu, we got a little bit more room for error. There's a few more passes that we may go for on the interception versus a tackle, but the reality is this: those things do make a difference. And I kept telling people when Okudah came out, I said he's not worth a top 10 pick. I made a whole video. It took 1,000-something thumbs down. People hated it. And I said he's a safety. No, he's not, Luke. You got to give him a chance to play corner. He got himself hurt every time trying to run with fast receivers because he's a freaking safety. And I'm telling you right now that Aiden Hutchinson is not worth the first overall pick. There's nobody y'all can tell me he compares to. He's not better than Chase Young when he came out in his one good season. He's not better than Mario Williams' numbers when he came out in his one good season. Who is he better than in his one good season? None of these people who came out. He's not Myles Garrett. He's not Jadeveon Clowney. He is just a guy who happened to be on the right team at the right time that's playing really well. And now y'all are Michigan fans and lost y'all damn minds.
I'm actually a State fan.
I'm not a Michigan fan either.
Well, wake up.
Fan.
Oh, wake up. He's not the answer.
All right, real quick. I just want you were looking something up, Morgan. What you got?
Oh no, I was just looking looking at Twitter for real.
Okay.
Okay.
Just briefly.
Easy. I got
what
something.
up?
So the strength of the draft class does not matter to him. The strength of the safety class don't matter. The 15 sacks don't matter. He said he watched film on the Ohio State game. I need him to watch all the games.
I watched all of them. I went back and watched all of them. I'm doing a film study on them. I ain't got no choice but to watch them all.
Watch them. I want to watch you watch them because this. I don't know, man. I think this is some counterculture move you doing. And I don't know, man. You don't really believe this, man.
Four seasons. I'm just saying. Listen, 4 seasons, 5 forced fumbles. Let's go to Chase Young.
Like you saying,
Let's go to Chase Young. Let's hold on.
No,
Chase Young has 7 forced fumbles in 1 season, right?
Man,
Aiden Hutchinson's best season, 58 total tackles, 15 and a half tackles for a loss, and 13 sacks. 13 sacks, right? That's Aiden Hutchinson. Chase Young, and in his best season,
don't forget
16. Huh?
Don't forget the 2 sacks in the Big Ten championship.
Okay, 15. Feel better?
I love you.
All right. So 15. In Chase Young's best year, Chase Young not only created turnovers, Chase Young created pressure. Chase Young had 21 tackles for a loss.
Real quick, let's do it like this. I'm gonna start with Morgan. What do you think our biggest position of need is?
Right, currently?
Yeah, headed into the draft.
Oh, quarterback, but see, that's why you can't be like slotting yourself like for taking Matt Corral 1 overall. That's why I don't know. I understand the point Luke's trying to make, but like you can't just dismiss stats like in one breath and then use them in your next breath to like justify your point. You know what I mean? Like you were trying to use the forced fumble thing for Chase Young, but you're dismissing Aiden Hutchinson's pressures and sacks. So you gotta, you know what I mean? Like you can't toe both of those lines. You gotta.
I'm not dismissing his stuff. What I'm telling you is no.
You keep saying the intangibles. You keep saying the intangibles.
What I said is we associate sex to.
No, we don't. No, we don't. No, I don't. I don't do that. No, I don't.
Okay, well, you may not do it. You may not do it, but the overwhelming majority of the fans do. The same way they equate interceptions to cornerbacks. And I'm telling you,
before you got on, we talked about how even though Amani Oruwariye has 5 interceptions, he struggled this year. So we aren't on that boat either.
Yeah, so
we aren't in neither of them boats.
He's just an opportunistic cornerback. That's all.
Yeah, they call him. What have they been calling him? Lucky or something like that? Yeah, that man's got magnet hands.
So when you look at the first overall pick, it needs to be somebody
like Stafford
that comes up that does not have the things that you can put on the box score. They need to be special. And as much as Avery wants to crack jokes about Stafford, we're 110-1 with Jared Goff. And I've heard y'all all make statements that we can be so much better without him. We ain't. We not.
I've never said I was a Stafford supporter, Luke G. I was not that. You put me in.
I'm talking about Avery. I'm talking about Avery.
I was on Team Trey Stafford.
Listen. Avery
it was the best thing for the franchise.
He can talk that, but as he's talking that, remember who the quarterback is now. How you feel about him? You gonna tell me Jared Goff is better than Stafford?
We understood that was part of the deal.
No one does part of the deal.
Overall, for the franchise, these draft picks are better. We're better off with these draft picks than we were for Stafford. We tried the Stafford.
It was
stuff.
time. This roster was going to be like if with Stafford, this team has 4 or 5 wins. Just because. This roster's still bad. It needed to be overhauled because of these contracts that Patricia and Quinn gave out.
Facts.
There's a lot of shit at play. Like I can't really judge. Like as bad as Goff has been, like they don't really have a lot of options going in. Like, are you gonna? There's so much data to back up that taking a quarterback like at 32 or whenever the Rams pick is going to be doesn't work out. Like everyone's like, oh, look at Lamar or. Whoever like Russell Wilson, that
4
shit
interceptions, 3 interceptions a game.
I mean, Lamar still was an MVP, but I would take Lamar Jackson. But like, it doesn't happen often. Like that, people take those quarterbacks, and often it's just a waste of a pick. Like, if the Lions aren't going to take someone high, I want this to be whoever it's going to be at 1, and then a receiver or a linebacker or whoever.
See what I'm saying? Every freaking year they want a receiver. We have free agency. We have receivers, and they get open.
Luke, you need to sign a receiver and draft a receiver bare minimum this year, man. In my opinion,
that's ludicrous, though, Morgan.
Why? What are you talking about?
This don't necessarily have to be first round.
Everyone in the football universe has talked about how piss poor the Lions receiving core is. Brother.
Because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. The receivers are open. It's not the fault of the receivers when the quarterback don't see them open.
I'm not going to argue.
It's not the fault of the receivers when the quarterback is throwing passes 5 yards or less in multiple games and not going through progression. That's not on the receiver. If I saw a game where receivers wasn't getting separation, that's one thing. Hell, Amon-Ra St. Brown in the last game had 3.9 yards a separation on all of his routes. And what I'm pointing out to you is they've been getting open. The quarterback just don't want to. I ain't gonna say he don't see him. He
Luke,
sees
I'm
them.
not absolving Goff, man. I'm a very big Goff. I'm a Goff, not a supporter, like the anti-supporter, brother. So you're putting me in all the wrong boats. What are you saying, Avery?
I said Goff is here to fail. Goff is
Yeah, man, it wasn't gonna work. He was
He's
just
just here
part
to
of this
hear, yeah.
package.
what he
He's
delivered.
literally here so he don't get fined. Literally.
Right. The only
He's going to be a career backup once this contract lapses, and then he'll get paid for a little bit. He'll have like a nice little, Chase Daniel career arc. He's going to be a good little backup. Yeah.
we get respect. We get our little Kenny Pickett. We get our little guy 26 or whoever. And we get our Aiden Hutchinson.
Why you gotta be real?
Yes.
His hands are small. I know. Pickett's hands are super tiny. Everyone keeps
Hey,
talking
can-
about that.
Can I say this real quick too? Hey,
Well, you go ahead.
and I'm with Luke on Kyle Hamilton. That's who I want. But I've been having Luke been, everybody know in the chat, man. Luke been driving me crazy for a good year. And that's why you see me smiling over here, because this is Morgan's first time with Luke.
Because
I just see him going through it. I just
Wild
really
boy.
love it, bro.
most people expect for me to. I don't subscribe to the group. I subscribe based on what the film show. And when I go through and I look at the film, I'm not seeing the guy with all these intangibles. I'm not seeing.
Hold on, pause. You have to define intangibles. If you say it one more time, I'm gonna throw myself.
So
off my
intangibles.
Because I know what it means. I know what it means, like by Webster's dictionary, but I need you to define it, man, because you said it like 86 times.
So intangibles to me are things that you can't put on a stat sheet. For example, right? Like in Ndamukong Suh, when Ndamukong Suh draws a double team, that doesn't come up on the stat sheet. When Ndamukong Suh is sitting up there drawing attention his way, or they're trying to avoid going to Ndamukong Suh, thus putting the play one dimensional to go a certain way, that's an intangible that makes a person special. For example, even when you look at like running backs, if you go back to with Alvin Kamara, a lot of times when you line Alvin Kamara up in that backfield, the linebacker can't just decide to, be based on instincts. He has to account for that running back. He has to make sure at the very least he bump him, push him, or something. He can't just go willy-nilly and run away from it. So I'm looking for those guys, especially with the first overall pick, who do things that don't show up on the stat sheet. But on
Kayvon Thibodeau is the most double-teamed pass rusher in college football.
It's not
like
it's
statistically
not,
speaking. No, that just poked a hole in your.
No. Listen, it's not. But listen, you're assuming that it's about just the double team.
I mean, it's drawing attention. It's double team. It's running away from him. It's scheming away from him. It's knowing that you have to chip him with the running back. It's knowing you have to chip him. Look, brother, I know. I watch film, Luke G. You can't talk to me like I'm a grade school kid. You know what I mean, dog? Like I do this shit.
I feel you, but you're misinterpreting what I'm saying.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're assuming.
I'm interpreting.
You're assuming that I'm talking about just the double teams. Kayvon.
No, I heard what you were saying. Kamara draws attention. I heard your whole spiel, dog.
Right. That whole spiel that I gave you was to give you an example. It's not the NRBR story of it. And what I'm pointing out to you is this. There are other, like for example, right? I can show you game film where they are 100% just avoiding. They're just 100% avoiding certain people. Now you take that and other Kyle Hamilton. They're avoiding him, but I'm also on here with the
He's
other
safety.
part of
You
it.
can't avoid him too much. He's a safety. So
what do you mean?
You can't only avoid him so much. All right, we're just not going to throw the ball past 7 yards, I guess, because we got.
And they didn't. And when they tried to,
I've seen the film. There was some film where they're like.
Well, that's also just not being chicken shit and being the Lions' offense essentially, and not being able to throw the ball downfield. And listen, Luke, I'm a big Goff. I'm not a Goff advocate, brother. Like I attribute a lot of the Lions' passing woes to Goff, like not as much to the receiving core, but the receiving core still needs a tune-up. Like you don't want to hand a rookie quarterback this receiving core. Like, hey, buddy, good luck. Here's Khalif Raymond. Here's Amon-Ra St. Brown, and here's Josh Reynolds. Go get them.
If you had if you had Quintez Cephas healthy, you got
a decent option. Yeah.
You got Amon-Ra out there healthy, right? And let's say they do decide to keep Josh Reynolds. That's essentially the same goddamn core that Stafford is throwing to. Some good slot corners and no real outside threat. It's some good slot corners.
All right, Luke. All right, Luke. All right.
Slot
I
corners.
applaud
What are
you
you
on
talking
that.
about? Slot corners.
I mean slot receivers.
All right. All right. Let's
listen,
move to a
y'all-
different topic.
No. Listen, y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn quick. Luke do not care, and he stays on these things alone because at the end of the day, it
Are
comes
you talking in
in
the third person? Is that you?
No. I'm making a point.
Oh, I thought
I'm saying that.
Who else is Luke? I didn't know if you.
No,
had a
I'm just
third.
saying y'all gonna learn that. I know how to stand on something that's truthful in it. When I told people that we should have took,
You don't know it's
Simmons,
truthful, dog. You're gonna have to wait and see. You don't know yet. That's what
No,
I'm saying.
I
Like,
definitely
none of us
know. I put it this way. I said Okudah was a safety. He's going to be a safety. He has never been a good corner.
Well, he tore his Achilles. You didn't have a crystal ball and know he was going to tear his Achilles either, brother.
I didn't need to. I saw him getting burnt by receivers at the receiver. I saw him in the game against Michigan where Donovan Peoples-Jones and what's the guy that went to Houston? I'm drawing a blank on his name. They was killing him all game, but dropping the ball. He was holding most of those games. I got a whole video on it. Feel free to go check it out. He was not doing things that makes you go, oh yeah, he's a good corner. He was not a good corner. He was conveniently on a good team, and it showed. As soon as he got in the NFL, he got cooked.
All right, real quick.
Go ahead, Avery. What do you say?
I actually want to ask Avery something.
I would love to talk about Stafford, but I already know it's going to be some more.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about him. He's dead and gone. He's dead.
Right, he ain't even here.
He's our ex-girlfriend.
That up in here.
He's our ex-girlfriend.
Exactly. Fuck that.
Dude. Talk about her.
He
got a flat ass anyway.
Hall of Famers. He need a whole offensive line. Yeah, I got it. My biggest thing about the whole conversation, it's really what you have a taste for. There's an obvious need in the secondary. Clear need, and then there's an obvious need at the pass rush, and there's an obvious need with the quarterback. So I think for you, I'm not going to change your mindset or debate you because you see something that can be fixed relatively quickly with the acquisition of that player, and he can change that whole secondary. I see an acquisition of pressure that can change the defense, that can affect the secondary in a better way. I think that, and some people want a quarterback or whatever, because they want to build on the offense and they want the offense to move and actually score more than 17 or 20 points a game. So it's just going to be by taste, what your taste is. I think that a pass rusher is one of the 5 pillars of defense, but so is a safety. But I don't put a safety over a pass rusher. I need a pass rusher. That's always going to be evident. I need my safety to be good, or I don't need a phenomenal safety. But if that safety comes out and is a phenomenal like Atwater type,
good call,
from Baltimore type,
E.D. Reed boy.
Yeah, you have
best safety you ever seen, boy.
And that remains to be seen. But when I do see and take a look at Kyle Hamilton, I'm going to check all the film. I'm going to do everything that you say, and then I'll have an analyst for you afterwards. But
I'm excited.
Taste thing. I think it's a taste thing because
I don't think
real quick, I kind of answer a question I have for you, Avery, because I was going to say, you see other safeties in this draft class, and I'm like, you see them as equal to Kyle Hamilton, but it sounds like you're about to look it up first.
And I love that question, Easy. Great question, man. Only from Woodward Sports. Only from Woodward Sports I get great questions. Anyway.
Certainly.
So the fact is, Kyle Hamilton gives you everything. As far as what I've seen, he's physical. He's physical with the ball. He can get the ball. He's a playmaker. He gives you everything. More safeties in this draft I see are like Cross, for instance, from Maryland, and my man from Alabama. They are so great in coverage. They're amazing in coverage, but they leave a lot to be desired when it comes to defending the run, when it comes to stopgap. And then when you have guys that are stopgap guys, they got to be in the box safeties. They're not offering you any coverage ability. So for me, I see that Kyle Hamilton is the complete package. And I think that the closest safety to him would probably be a cross, but he's scared to tackle. But when you put a safety like Cross, like what they've been doing is they'll put Cross in like a single coverage situation or on a slot corner. He takes that person away. Or when he's in single high safety, he's rangy. And that's a clear and evident need on this defense. So I'm like, okay, forget the tackling. That's what I got Aiden for. Okay. I need a guy that can really turn this secondary, like turn it on his head, like completely. I think having that coverage safety that can do that, along with, whoever we get or whoever we re-sign, that'd be beneficial to the whole team.
And to be clear, I'm not dismissing Luke's point or Avery's point or anyone. I'm just saying the Lions have so many needs. Like you said, there really isn't a wrong way to go here. Like, I'm not going to dismiss. Like, if Brad Holmes thinks Kyle Hamilton's the best player, then I'm not gonna go against the grain. But we're not going to know how this all pans out until like 2024. Like, that's how this works ultimately. Like, you're not going to know. The Lions need at least one. Exactly. Like, there's so many. Quarterback. We talked about this the other day. What don't the Lions need? They're probably not going to draft an offensive lineman in the first 4 rounds. Like, you don't need an offensive lineman. They probably don't need to draft a running back, but we talked about if they find one that's a good value, like, sure.
Yeah. Can we do this? Do you guys want to do this again next week? I'm not ending this at all, but I'm saying, like, do you guys want to do this again next week?
Yeah, I'm always down to talk to football, bro.
You
me.
Guys want to agree on like 3 or 4 players to like all watch film on individually and like come back?
I probably already watched them, but I don't have a problem watching it again. I think it's a lot of fluff and love for people. If Kyle Hamilton went to Michigan, everybody be talking about take him. If Kyle Hamilton,
I'm not a Michigan fan. I'm
not saying you are. I'm not saying you are.
I'm unbiased as hell. Look at this offense. No Michigan.
I'm not saying you are. I'm not putting you in the box. I'm telling you what I have seen. What I have seen on a regular basis every year, year in and year out. We want some damn person from Michigan. I'm just telling you, it happens. It never fails. It just is what it is. But I'm telling you, if he was on Alabama, he would be the consensus number 1 overall pick. If he was on Clemson or Georgia, he would be the number 1 guy. He's on Notre Dame.
But no, safety's never gone over number 1 overall, though, Luke.
I know that. And just because
so why you say he would be number 1 overall if he went to Alabama then, though? Because
it's about the perception. He's on Alabama. Like, because to me, that Jordan Battle is not better than him. That Jordan Battle is somebody that I'm not. To me, Jordan
From Alabama.
Battle, yeah, he's not.
I would put Jordan Battle in like the Eddie Jackson arena. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like Eddie Jackson in Chicago.
I agree.
Yeah, he's still a good NFL player. Yeah, but no, I'm not going to put him in the same tier as Kyle Hamilton. No.
Real quick, just because I want to get these players down so I can do my homework too. Should I like ask the chat or like you guys each want to pick one? That'll be our 3.
Whatever's good, bro. I'm good with whatever.
All right, Morgan, I'll start with you.
Kayvon.
All right, bet.
Even though people are just gonna be mad because he just runs by people.
For the top 5 stuff.
Hey, Luke, I love you, right? You know I love you, right?
He's gonna say Luke Hamilton, or excuse me.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna say George Karlaftis.
Okay.
So y'all can see what the best DN in the draft looks like.
I'll watch some. All right. He might be a good 2nd round option for the Lions. Are you a Lions fan, Luke?
100%.
Okay. Good.
You want to know?
All right, Avery, who's yours?
This is for the first pick in the draft.
It's just any player you want us to do homework on. It don't gotta be the first pick.
Because if George Collette, I'm just messing with you, Luke. We're looking at second day. We can get George Collette from Purdue.
He won't last that long. He won't last that long.
I'm just messing with you.
You know that. You know he won't last that long.
No, I know.
I would say Kenny Pickett because of QB, but I know Kenny Pickett's not going to make it past 15.
No, some QB needy team's going to get up there and be like, give him. Yeah.
Kenny got every.
I mean, everybody going nuts over that fake slide. That was impressive. I mean,
bro, I thought originally he was getting injured. Like, I thought at first he was like fucking up his knee or some shit. I was like,
blew a tire.
Oh shit! Waiting for his leg to collapse.
Cards.
That's funny.
That's what they hype about. They'll fake slide. Oh man.
But it's not just the fake slide. It's the fake slide and the ability to pick that back up and accelerate into the end zone. So it's like, and you know, Lions fan, like I said, y'all, we love receivers and we love mobile quarterbacks, and then we get a mobile quarterback and we go crazy.
Oh, like Stafford.
We
Anyway,
never had a mobile quarterback here, have we, Luke?
Yes, we had a
Rodney Pete.
if you count Rodney Pete, you count Andre Ware, you can count.
Come
you can
on.
go up. You can go to Charlie Batch. He was supposed to be
Charlie
somewhat
Batch was mobile. Come on, dog.
Man, he
Come on,
called
man.
himself running. Give him his
He
props,
was about
bro.
as mobile as Stafford.
Give him his
all right?
props. He tried to run. He tried to run.
I try to run too, but I'm not mobile.
No, but realistically, I mean, you got Andre Ware. I mean, but if you come up to the newer time, I think the most we got right now mobile is David Blau.
Mike McMahon or
McMahon was a mobile one, which he just
God,
wasn't a
my
good
childhood
passer.
was piss poor football wise after Barry.
Cole
Yeah,
Pepper
Mike
came
McMahon,
in
thank
trying
you,
to
Brian.
be as an old version, but
That
yeah,
man
I
was
mean,
jacked. Mike McMahon was jacked, low key. He was jacked. As shit.
I'm just saying the Lion fan base for years have been asked for a mobile quarterback, and I'm just like, okay, I don't mind if I don't.
Team.
I don't mind if he's mobile as long as he's playing like Russell Wilson. If he's not playing like Russell Wilson, a guy, because Russell Wilson is not looking to run first, he's looking to pass first. If he's playing like Lamar Jackson, I don't want him because Lamar be looking to run first, and that jump be pissing me off. It be times where I see people wide open and he just take off, and I'm like, that's not what's up, bro.
Well, a lot of his stuff a lot of it's designed in their offense.
I know.
So they just run a lot of that QB power. Healthy. What was the healthy Baker Mayfield about?
A healthy Baker Mayfield's mobile doesn't mean he's Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. Like Baker Mayfield's mobile enough. Right.
Right. Avery. Who's your player? Was it Jimmy? Who?
Cross from Maryland, the safety.
Cross from Maryland.
That way I can show you what you get. Now, battle's great, but
you guys care if I throw one in there? You care if I make it 4?
Go ahead, man.
All right. Matthew Stafford, Georgia. No, I'm playing.
Oh God. I want to hurt myself.
You wouldn't be afraid.
Let's do Kyle Hamilton.
There you go.
That's my favorite, and I want.
Yeah.
So honestly, everyone on this panel, no matter how crazy you are, Luke, I'm playing. No, for everyone on this panel, I respect all you guys' football opinions. I'll
for sure.
And digest it.
Everybody's opinions.
Yeah. So like, I'll be interested to see what you guys get back to on this stuff because I'm gonna do my homework too.
Spider-Man.
I thought this was who he was talking about.
Who?
When he said Nick Cross, I'm like, that sounds familiar.
No QB this year unless it's a day 2 or 3.
I'm just gonna leave it alone.
I think he's a pick 33, but
hey, that'd be dope.
Who are you talking about? Pick 33.
I think Cross is pick 33.
Oh, that'd be cool with me too. Yeah.
Can't just look past 5 interceptions, real interceptions with contested. You can't just look past that. And he created like a no-fly zone mentality, just be on the field.
No fly zone.
I like Devin Lloyd too from Utah, the linebacker. Reminds me like.
How you messing with me, Luke?
I ain't said nothing. Listen.
You like Devin Lloyd? You said, man. You see him messing with me, man.
I ain't said nothing, man. We going with Nick Cross, man. Second round, lock it in. Aiden Hutchinson in the first. Take whoever you want in the second.
Hey, we're gonna do our homework on him. I'm gonna aim for Tuesday. What say? It's same time cool? 8:30.
Tuesday's good.
All right. I'm putting it. I got a little notepad in front of me. I'm texting to all you guys.
I appreciate you.
Wait, what are we laughing at still? What are we laughing at?
I'm laughing because I'm watching film now. I'm just looking. I'm like, bro, this. Dude,
oh, he's looking at the Cross guy,
bro. It's exactly what I thought he was. I'm like, that's what.
Should I put someone's film on right now?
You can.
You can put it up. Yeah, sure.
You gotta be standing to make a play.
All right.
Are you talking about the safety?
Luke, share your screen.
Huh?
Share your screen, man.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me share it. He said, I'm just saying. Hold on.
You stop picking on people.
I'm not picking up. You know, I don't even get down like that.
Right.
We all love over here, man. This is family. I enjoy.
Oh, cool.
And Morgan, I know it's your first experience with Luke because Luke is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all always they
But
always say
he
I'm
is
crazy
one of the best people I know for real.
until it happens.
You can't hold him up.
Until it happens. Where does
Until-
Street at?
You go to the games and stuff, Luke? Like you live in Detroit?
I live in Detroit and I go to the games. Some of them.
Oh,
I
nice.
ain't been going to a lot because of this damn
COVID.
illness. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Again, I'm just gonna look at this.
Oh,
one
yeah.
game.
9-17-21. Okay. One game. All right.
I mean, I got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, you guys.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Let me know when you need me to slow it down.
Oh, it's yours.
Slow it down. He's just messing with you.
No, I like these because it'll have it, boxed up.
The athleticism, boy.
Don't get me kicked off YouTube now, Luke.
I got you.
Don't get me kicked off. Why? Oh, copyright stuff.
So this is how you locate the ball at the highest point.
Whoever 2 is made a good play.
Yeah, that ain't him.
2 made a good play.
Okay. Well,
it ain't him.
Yeah. Who did
2,
All right.
he knew he made a good play too.
want? I forgot who you wanted. You wanted. I think. I don't know if you wanted Sewell. You wanted someone else.
No, I said Sewell is straight, but I thought Slater was the number 1 tackle due to versatility. Let's go back to that play for a moment, people. Look at the aggression. Look at the aggression. He right here.
You wild, man.
As far as I'm concerned, this should be a targeting at this point. Yeah, we're going to go over and take my own guy out, fill you up.
Wait, is this bad tape? Did you search bad tape of him?
Listen,
Yeah, let's see what you
listen. I don't even know who this is because
Is this highlights or is this bad tape?
This is listen. Somebody
tape.
literally told me
You typed in
about
bad
this person, and I said, "Oh, really?" And so he had some games where I was like, "Oh, that's not a bad play. Oh, that's not a bad play." But as I started watching, I started going, "He doesn't turn his head around to locate the ball. He's not consistent as a tackler. When you put him in the box, which you're going to see right here, I can go back a little bit. You put him in the box, you'll see it. It's not like he's a surefire tackler. When he's in
let's
there,
watch this play and then we'll. Oh, it's a running play.
He's not gonna tackle you.
All right, next play is watch and let's go around and grade it.
all right.
Or we just grade at the end. I don't care. I'm just high saying things.
Oh shoot, I would have to watch more of this. I can't. There's only
Yeah. Well, I'll grade the play.
Yeah, we could get up out of here. We could look at it next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just saying. It's just one. It's just
I need
one.
to go have an ice cream sandwich on the couch.
It's
Yeah.
just one.
Luke gotta make it a little fun.
Oh, you made this already, Luke. You made this video already?
No, I didn't make that.
Oh, okay.
No, it's
No.
just on YouTube.
I thought he
No.
had a bad tape already cut up. I was like, okay, respect, dog. I thought. Yeah.
Somebody. No, so what happened was a subscriber had told me check out Nick Cross, and I was like, oh. And they said the same thing. He said we get him in the second round. I said I'm not touching him in the second round. What? For what?
He might be better than Will Harris and Dean Marlowe.
Everybody better than Will Harris and Dean Marlowe. You better than
Everyone's
Dean
better than Will
Harris and
Harris.
Will. And
I
then you
am-
better.
I am-
I mean, so
I am definitely not. I'm
Right.
high right now. I got cotton mouth. I would not be better than them.
We don't watch Illinois.
I need it.
The Illini.
You know.
My ankle hurt.
Yeah, my ankles hurt. Yeah, my feelings are hurt. You know,
just
No,
saying,
no, no, no.
man.
Hey,
Well, shit, guys.
Ain't no way. You showed the Aiden tape though. That ain't proved nothing. So
I did what? What did you?
Oh man.
Hey, Avery, look, you my guy, but look, we all just watched it. We're not picking on you. We were just put on what was on.
y'all good. Y'all showed them 3 bad plays, but
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It was not enough to render judgment on.
We got our list. I'll text everyone.
All right, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
We'll get down on it, man. We've been live almost an hour and a half now. Morgan, you got anything you want to say to the people?
No, man, I appreciate you having me on as always.
Where can we find your work?
Oh yeah, Pride of Detroit, prideofdetroit.com. Follow us on Twitter, obviously. You can follow me on Twitter. It's just mcannon 313, and yeah, appreciate it. As always.
Cannon.
Yeah, man, I was in high school when all that stuff was going on too, so that was a big deal. Shout out Lil Wayne. That was before he had hurt his brain on all the codeine. his brain is hurt now, man. They need to stop drinking that syrup. It's no good. That lean.
That's facts.
Stick to weed, man.
Avery ain't got no heat now.
I know he still got on his oh man.
Look,
I was
y'all
I was in the Marine Corps for 6 years, bro. It's terrible.
I ain't got no heat. I got cold feet. Cold feet.
Yeah, I understand that too.
Yeah. Follow me at Spirit of Detroit Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. Get some more entertaining content like this too. And I'm gonna reshare this live as well on my thing. I think it's great. I think it's good when we come together and make good content like this. So thank you for having me on, Easy. It's amazing
For sure.
And,
I appreciate all you guys.
Oh, it's nice to see you, Luke. It's nice to see you.
But I'm always happy when I can hang with the people, man.
Oh, yeah, shit. Yeah.
I don't see a special player. Sorry.
We didn't see Thibodeau or anybody you picked, but it's okay.
I didn't pick Thibodeau.
Hey, we won't know until 2024 anyway.
Yeah.
Some people know what they got. Like the Lions know what they got.
The Lions, exactly. But we don't know that what they have fully. Like Sewell could be a whole different cat by the time he's 24. Think about how much stronger you got from like 21 to 24. You can get some grown man strength. I wrote about that today. Like
I basically said Sewell, in my opinion, like with Sewell, my comparison to Sewell was basically like he followed the same footsteps of Jason Smith, or not Jason Smith, Tyron Smith from the Cowboys and Jonathan Ogden. They had the same similar thing where they came in and had to do a position change to kind of get themselves acclimated, then moved over to the left. And the same thing with Slater, who's playing right, I had him again rated higher than Sewell. He was like my 1A, Sewell was 1B, because I thought Slater gave you more versatility. He can play the center, the guards and stuff. So, but you can find me on Luke G's Fit Review, where we talk all things Detroit Lions. You get you a little bit of perspective and some positive words at the end of it and at the beginning. And so that's pretty much what I do. I do film study. I do live shows, and I pretty much just have fun with it. And pretty much you can be a part of the show. You can hop in, join me. I don't really care. Disagree with me, not disagree with me. It's all love over here.
Hey man, my name's Easy. I fuck hoes, ride ice, throwing up gang signs. No, I'm playing.
Easy. We not in the AA meeting. He's like, yeah, my name's Easy. I'm an addict. Like, what? Come on.
Hey, it's my first time in a long time on this funny green stuff. But I appreciate all you guys like coming through and joining the live stream. It's a safe place for Detroit Lions fans, and I just love all you guys' football opinions. Helps me form mine because sometimes they may differ, as we know. Through tonight.
That's why it's fun, man. That's why it's fun.
Yeah.
And we can talk about this till we're blue in the face, but like I said, we're not gonna know till a long time from now.
Right. Facts.
It's just the beauty of it. That's why sports is fun. Because you can talk about it forever.
Hey, anybody in the chat, if you haven't already, hit that like button. Please subscribe. And I'm looking for the outro for you know what I'm saying?
He's moving slow.
All right. We out.
Easy. Speak easy, baby.
It's easy, baby. It's easy, baby. It's easy, baby. It's easy, baby. It's easy, baby.